What's going on, people of Earth? You know, sometimes you get home from work and you kind of want some breakfast for dinner, and this is one of those days. I didn't really have a real busy time at work today, but I just kind of just didn't wanted to cook something really quick. So we're gonna do an omelet today. It's just a really quick video, and I hope you enjoy it. And watch me now. All right, y'all. We're gonna keep this real simple. Of course, we got our eggs. I got two jumbo eggs here, and then I usually use a little bit of these egg whites right here, just because they don't have as much cholesterol. They don't have the yolk in there, so I'll use some of this right here. You can use 4 eggs if you want to, but this way you got lower calories. We're gonna have some onions. We're gonna have some bell peppers, some mushrooms, and a little bit of garlic. That's actually a lot of garlic, and of course some cheese. And then this right here is house seasoning. House seasoning is made out of salt, 1 part salt, 1/4 part pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and mustard powder. And we're gonna put these things together. So you watch me here. Oh, and of course, we've got our pan heating up here to saute our vegetables. And this is just regular old avocado oil. All right, we'll start with our onions because they're going to take the longest to saute here. So we already got it all chopped up here. And that's about 1/2 cup to a cup, guys. You don't have to use that much right there. We've got the heat on about medium high, like between the medium low and the medium high. We're just going to saute those until they're nice and glistening. About halfway through, which is usually about 1 to 2 minutes or so. About halfway through, we'll add our bell peppers here. All right, it's been about a minute. Now we're going to go ahead and add our bell peppers here, and you could use some jalapeno peppers too, guys. I've got some in the freezer, but I didn't feel like messing with those. I had some bell peppers cut up from where I cooked the other night, making the shrimp and grits. So we're going to saute those. At this point, you can go ahead and add in your garlic as well too. And you could take some garlic cloves and put them in there if you wanted to, and just kind of mince them up or chop them up. Just going to get everything nice and glistening. That's the word we want to use today. Glistening. And once they start getting to a certain point, we want to add in our mushrooms here. And the mushrooms are not going to take very long, so they're starting to change here a little bit here. So we're going to go ahead and add in our mushrooms now. And the mushrooms aren't going to take very long to cook. Not long at all. Making an omelet is really easy, guys. I've seen them made different ways, and it just depends on who's making the omelet. So you go to some of these stores sometimes, these restaurants, you'll see them have the vegetables already cooked on the side, and all they'll do is make the eggs. And so we're just going to kind of show it to you from start to finish. Okay, we're going to get that to a certain point, and then we're going to go ahead and put these in a plate. Because again, we want to have a little bit of crunch, but not a whole lot. We don't want it to be mushy, I guess is the word I want to use. So we're going to come back here as soon as I get a plate. Alrighty, once we get it to a certain level here, we're going to take this off. Can you guys see over there? I'm going to take these off. I'm going to put these over to the side. I'm going to add a little bit more oil to the pan. Heat it back up. And we'll get our eggs done. And again, I've seen different ways that people make their eggs as well too. Yeah, I'm going to move the plate so we're not starting a fire. Now, that's a fire. Roll Charlie around. He'll be all right. And we're just going to add a little bit of our avocado oil. And you can use any type of oil you want to use, guys. You can use coconut oil. You can use butter. You can use, Mazola, whatever type of. You can use bacon fat. Like I said, I get in trouble for telling people they can use bacon fat, but heck, you can. All right, now we're going to take our eggs here. Crack our eggs. Try not to get no shell in there. That's 2 eggs there. And again, if we use an egg substitute, you can use egg beaters. These are just egg stirs because of where they come. And we're going to take about half a cup or so, guys. Not much. And we're going to whip them up. Now, I'm going to use this because I don't feel like washing no dishes. And we're going to add our spices too. Now, some people say you don't have to add your spices to it because it does something to the eggs. But I've cooked them like this all my life, and I've never even thought about not adding salt to it at the very beginning of it. So maybe that's not scientific, but that's the way Tracy's going to do it. So we're just going to whip this up. And yeah, I'm not using the right thing to do it with, but I said, I don't want to, you see what everything is in, right? They're in paper plates. I don't feel like washing no dishes. You know what I mean? So we're just going to beat these up. Beat it like it owes us money. Beat it like it didn't go to church this morning. Yeah, we're going to just beat it up right here. Beat it like it made an E-Owners report card. All right, shut up, Tracy. Just going to get it nice and fluffy here. And the omelet's going to come out good, guys. I make them like this all the time. Make them like this all the time. Okay, now we're going to add this over to our pan. All right, the main thing you want to do when you're making an omelet is you want to keep the eggs, you want to keep them moving. But the way I do it, guys, I let them cook for a little while. I let them cook for a little while, and I kind of move it around in the pan somewhat. And you just want to make sure your heat's not on super, super high because you don't want to burn it. But I'll do that, and then I'll kind of take it and go underneath it. I'll pull some of it back, let the eggs go underneath it. And sometimes I'll just kind of wait for, for a second, just to let them set a little bit. I saw someone that did it the other day where they were kind of doing it from the edge like this. And it looked pretty cool, but that's not the way I normally do mine. But again, you don't want it to burn either. So you want to kind of, when you see it starting to get done a little bit, you want to kind of pull it over and let those eggs go to the side here. And if it does have a little bit of burn, it's not like I'm trying to show this off to the world, which I guess I am since I'm making a video, but I'm not real picky when it comes to food. I mean, I want my food to taste good, and that's kind of what counts. So again, you want to get all this egg underneath here, but you also want it to set around the edges. Again, we want to get all these eggs underneath here. Just let it set somewhat. Now sometimes what I'll do also is I will let it get to this point, and then I'll put it in the oven and let it finish in the oven, but we're not going to do this one like that. And you also want to make sure that it kind of stays loose so it doesn't stick. And then once it gets to this point here, we're going to let it cook for just a little while here, because we want to make it so that it's a little bit movable. We can go ahead and add our cheese to it now. Well, I may want to move that one more time. Yeah. I'm going to move that one more time here. All right, now we can go ahead and add our cheese to it, guys. Some people like a lot of cheese. I don't want a whole lot of cheese in mine. I mean, that's probably a fourth of a cup. Probably too much. Then the trick is adding the vegetables back here. Now this is going to have a bunch of liquid on it, and I don't want all that liquid in there, so I'm going to pour some of this liquid off. You're probably not going to see me pour it off, but I'm going to pour it off. Put it off here in this bowl back here, because I don't want it to be all wet and mushy. All right. Okay, I'm going to pause it for a second. Yeah, that didn't take but just probably 30 seconds, guys, for me to pause it. So we're going to put our vegetables up here. And that looks like a lot. But this, you know, this is actually like a meal, guys, right here. This is like a meal. And what we will do is we will put it in a plate now. And that's when we're going to flip it. I found that it's better to flip it in the plate than it is to do it. You know, I guess I could do it here on the pan, but I'm going to show you guys something, and I hope I don't screw it up. But if I screw it up, it won't be the first time. All right, here we go. This is the way I do it, guys. It may be a big mistake, but it usually comes out pretty good. And that did all right. That did all right. Put our stuffing back in there. Now, before I mess it up, I'm going to leave this thing alone because I had it nice and pretty. We'll leave it just like that. Now, you can put your little bit of cheese on the top if you want to. Again, it's not the best looking omelet in the world, but you know what? It's going to taste good. It's going to be good. So that's how easy it was, guys. It only took about 5 minutes to make that omelet. I messed around a little bit here, talking. It would have been already eaten if I hadn't done a video on it. So hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you the next time. Peace.